Yo, what is good, everybody? It's your boy Sports PSP. Before you check out the rest of the video, please make sure that you like and subscribe to the Sports PSP podcast. Sorry I couldn't do an episode last night on the Sports PSP podcast. Had to take care of some personal issues, but man, we got some big games heading into Sunday for the NFL. Our Week 5 NFL picks. Um, Starting off Sunday, October 5th, 9:30 a.m. You got the Minnesota Vikings going up against the Cleveland Browns. Vikings are a 3.5 point favorite. I'm gonna lean towards the Vikings on this one. Dylan Gabriel will be the starting quarterback for the Cleveland Browns after they decided to bench Joe Flacco. Shador Sanders will remain as QB3. Meanwhile, for the Minnesota Vikings, JJ McCarthy still injured, so Carson Wentz is going to be the quarterback for that team. Then you got the Las Vegas Raiders on the road at Indianapolis to face the Indianapolis Colts. Indianapolis is coming off a tough loss last week to the Los Angeles Rams. Indy is the 6.5 point favorite. I have Indy bouncing back, and they should win that one. Then on CBS, you got the New York Giants going up against the New Orleans Saints. Jackson Dart, this will be his second NFL start going up against the New Orleans Saints. I kind of have a feeling in this one, I'm going to lean towards the Saints. I wouldn't be surprised if the Giants pulled off the victory because of what their pass rush can do to Spencer Rattler and the New Orleans Saints. But you know what? I think the Saints should win this one. It's time for the Saints to end off their losing streak. By the way, they are a 2.5 point favorite, so I got the Saints. Then you have the Dallas Cowboys going up against the New York Jets. Dallas is a 1.5 point favorite. I mean, the shock last week was the Packers versus Cowboys, the game ending in a tie. Dallas has the best offense in the NFL, but they also have the worst defense in the NFL. I'm going to lean towards the Cowboys in this one, but I think it's going to be a very close game. I'm going to go Cowboys 28, Jets 22. Then Denver at Philadelphia. Philadelphia is a 4.5 point favorite. Philadelphia's offense at times, they've been struggling. Saquon hasn't looked like the Saquon of last year. You know, A.J. Brown, his tweet, him and Jalen Hurts, for whatever reason, they're not on the same page, even though they're still finding ways to win. I still see the Eagles winning this one. I'm going to go Eagles 24, Broncos at least 19, because for some reason whatsoever, Eagles are going to find a way, whether if it's on the defense or special teams. You saw the 2 blocked field goals a couple of weeks ago against the Los Angeles Rams in week 3, and then last week the block punt in last week's game against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. So I got Philadelphia. Dolphins at Panthers. Unfortunately for fantasy football owners, Tyreek Hill suffered the injury last week, Monday Night Football against the New York Jets. Look, man, believe it or not, I'm gonna go with the Dolphins. I'm gonna go with the Panthers. I'm gonna go with the Panthers on this one, even though Miami's a 1.5 point favorite. These two teams are just that bad, but I'm just gonna go with Carolina, given the fact they're at home. So, and I don't trust Mike McDaniel at this point as a coach. Then you got Houston on the road against Baltimore. Again, Lamar Jackson, he'll be out for that game due to the hamstring injury. Matabuke, he's going to be out for the entire season. Their defensive tackle of Baltimore due to a neck injury. I still don't trust Houston's offense. I still like CJ Stroud, but again, that offensive line has been awful. But at the same time, Baltimore's defense has just been that bad, that atrocious defensively. I mean, you gave up 41 points to Buffalo. You gave up 38 against the Detroit Lions. You gave up 37 points against the Kansas City Chiefs. I'm going to lean towards Baltimore in this one, even though Houston's a 1.5 point favorite, because I wouldn't be surprised if Houston's offensive line does a lousy job protecting CJ Stroud. And don't be surprised if CJ Stroud does struggle. I'm going to go with Baltimore for the win, but I would not be surprised that Houston wins because at Houston, what's keeping them in games has been their defense. You look at the Rams game, you look at the Bucks game, they've done their part to keep them in. They've done their part defensively to keep them in games. And D'Amico Ryans has done his part defensively, but the problem is offensively. As the big fella, undisputed world champ always says, quarterback cannot throw on his back. But I'm going to go with Baltimore. Despite their defensive issues, despite the fact that Lamar won't play, Cooper Rush will come in, who's a good enough backup. Because remember, at times, Cooper Rush, when he came in for the Dallas Cowboys, when Dak Prescott was injured, he stepped in, he did a solid job. So I wouldn't be surprised Baltimore wins. I have Baltimore in this one. Now, Tennessee at Arizona. I'm going with Arizona in this one. Cam Ward, last week he said, just to keep it a buck, we playing like ass. I mean, if you look at the Tennessee Titans offensively, they've been struggling. Like Cam Ward is like dead last in certain categories as far as like with touchdowns, passing yards, passing completion percentage. It's just that bad. I'm going to go with Arizona. They need to bounce back after that tough loss against the Seattle Seahawks on Thursday Night Football. I think Kyler will have a good enough game. Marvin Harrison Jr. needs to have a big game as well because he's been struggling with drop passes, miscommunication. So I expect Arizona to win. Buccaneers at Seahawks, though. Buccaneers are 3.5-point underdogs. It's important to point out that Julian Love, DeMarcus Lawrence, and Devin Witherspoon won't play in those games. That is a concern, but at the same time, Bucky Irvin, the starting running back of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, will not play as well. So I'm going to go with Tampa. Very interesting game. You got the two quarterbacks in the 2018 NFL Draft, Baker Mayfield, Sam Darnold. Both of them have been on several teams, and so far in the situation that they're in, they are flourishing. I mean, that 2018 quarterback class, you got Baker, Sam Darnold, Josh Allen, Lamar. That's a really good quarterback class. But back to this game, I got Tampa winning this one. I really do have Tampa winning this one. I got Tampa 35, Seattle in this one 27. It's going to be a close game. I think it's going to be some points, but I got Tampa winning this one 35-27. Now, Washington against the Chargers. That's America's Game of the Week, I believe, on Fox. So if you look at that game right there, Joe Alt will not play. Jaden Daniels will be coming back. First 2 weeks since the Thursday Night Football game, week 2 against the Green Bay Packers. The Chargers are a 2.5-point favorite. I'm going to lean towards the Chargers, but I would not be surprised at all that the Commanders would. Yes, I'm leaning on the Chargers because in this situation, because I am a Commanders fan, reverse psychology. Okay, reverse psychology. Then Thursday Night Football, you got the New England Patriots at Buffalo. Buffalo's an 8.5-point favorite. It's simple. For Buffalo, just run the football with James Cook. Don't ask Josh Allen to do too much. But Drake May has been playing well. Over the past 4 games, nearly 1,000 yards, 7 touchdowns, only 2 interceptions. And look, man, I think sooner or later, the Buffalo Bills, they're going to be competing in that division. It's not going to be Buffalo running away with that division. Sooner or later, we're going to have to discuss New England. And I got to give a lot of credit to Mike Vrabel. I mean, he's done a good, solid job with this team so far. But I'm going to go with Buffalo. And then Monday Night Football, Kansas City at Jacksonville. Kansas City is a 3.5-point favorite. Last week, Mahomes and the offense looked great. And look, they still have a chance to come back and take over the AFC South Division, AFC West Division. As for Jacksonville, what are we going to see from them? I mean, it's going to be an exciting game because, again, Trevor Lawrence, Patrick Mahomes, Travis Hunter. I'm going to go with Kansas City. To me, it seems like Kansas City is starting to get their mojo back. And offensively, when they play like they played last week against Baltimore, they're just that unstoppable. And that's the type of offense you want to see with Mahomes and company, with Andy Reid calling the plays. So I go with Kansas City. But anyway, those are my picks for week 5 of this week. What are your thoughts? Please leave your comments in the comment section below. I am your boy Sports PSP. Enjoy the rest of your day and peace.